Alright, now I'm back. Now I gotta do the whole sending. Oh, God. Come on. Send. There you go. People that are online right now. But yes, cousin, I am outside. I'm not outside, I just got the window open. Yeah, I got the window open. But yeah, these crickets are loud as all hell. But anyway, yeah, let's just get into the whole Jim Jeffries thing. I'm a big fan of Jim Jeffries. His stuff, like 3 years prior and before that, basically, I thought were phenomenal, hilarious. And also, he's a very smart guy, a very good communicator, very good talker. He's really good at spinning arguments, and it's not manipulation, but he's really good at kind of like doing this like counter, like taekwondo flip on your own arguments, or basically just getting you to see yourself through his eyes. And in some degree through your eyes. And one example of that, one of the best examples I can think of is it's a super choppy, weird, a YouTube guy or whatever must have like filmed off his TV or whatever through his phone. And I don't even know where the hell this even came from, but it was like Jim Jeffries under a bridge or something. And he was talking about women, or like hot girls mainly. He was talking about like the fault, or the basically the error in typically the error of hot girls' ways, which is basically they get their successes and all their profits, what have you, through their looks. And basically it's just talking about how simply hot girls don't they only use their looks to get what they want, and how basically if you do that, and this goes on a human level, but we're talking about hot girls here. Basically, when women do that, when they turn into their 30s, they still have the same old hot girl, 18-year-old shitty douchebag personality. And they're 30, they can't hang with the hot girls that are 18 or 22 or whatever. So they're the 30, 34-year-old, hottish girls now. And they can't compete with the hotter girls because they're younger. So they have no personality. Not only that, they tend to be more bitter, more annoying, etc., etc. The whole works. It's not all hot girls. Just for the love of God, don't run the whole "that's offensive," cliche of the podcast title crap. It's pretty much the majority, though. Come on now. Outliers are important and all, but they're not as important as the majority. So, basically exposing how hot girls don't develop their personality and that they're ugly. They truly are ugly people on the inside. And when those looks fade, man, you're going to be you're going to be even more alone than you were previously. And it's only like a minute 30-second video. And it's brilliant. It's sheer brilliance because it's so true. It's so true. Hot girls, women, but especially mainly hot girls, just use their looks or their sexuality or whatever to get through life. And they don't develop the personality. And that was so much of what he does, or did, should I say. And now he's got the Comedy Central thing, where he's doing the Trevor Noah, Oliver, whatever, twist, douche, whatever guy, British guy with the glasses. He's just doing that, Jon Stewart type of thing. But it's way worse than Jon Stewart. Jon Stewart is pretty decent. But he's got this, Trevor Noah type of thing. Not as bad, because he says cunt and all, and he's not a, douchebag like Trevor Noah is. Trevor Noah is he's just, good God almighty, he's fucking puss. White knight douchebag. Jesus, I get defending women's honor and women and all that stuff like that, but man, when it's excessive and that's pretty much all you do, man, there's I mean, come on. There's an ulterior motive that guys can sniff out. Come on. You're not pandering and saying this girl's strong and amazing and you're awesome and you don't need to change. He has that typical kind of creepy guy in the friend zone kind of demeanor about him, to where he's just doesn't tell that chick that she has some issues that she needs to work on. He's just, no, you're amazing, you're great, you don't need to change anything. Yeah, those guys, you attract a lot of jerks because, men, ugh. But Jim Jeffries is kind of seeming to turn into that a little bit. The whole gun thing, whatever. He got pretty popular with the whole gun thing, fair enough, whatever. He's got his Australian European views about guns. You know how the Europeans are about guns, or at least a lot of them are. Fair enough, whatever. But with other stuff, he seems to be. He's been doing a lot of the whole white male privilege and oppression and SJW talk, Black Lives Matter, feminism talks a little bit, and it's kind of like what it was with Pee Wee Herman, whatever his name is, when he played this adult child that was just go on these cute adventures, and all of a sudden he's jerking off in a movie theater. It's like, whoa, what the hell? Apparently, Pee Wee Herman with the cute little bow tie is a little bit of goofball there. So yeah, that's kind of what Jim Jeffries is kind of turning into, and I really hope he doesn't turn into full-on Trevor Noah, pussy whip douchebag, white knight, uber leftist kind of guy, because he's really Jesus Christ, one of his bits that I thought was hilarious was he was talking about gay marriage and all that stuff like that, and he was like, why, if you're against it, you're a douchebag, you're a dickhead, and he doesn't even turn his special off because he doesn't even want your viewership or your dollars or whatever. And he then says, the reason why I can never be gay is I could never fuck a man. Because I could never fuck something that I respect. And that was 5 years ago, 6 years ago, whatever it was, 4 years ago. Then all of a sudden he's doing this, kind of leftist, very leftist influenced kind of, Comedy Central, political comedy, little talk showy thing. So it's, I don't know. I don't know if I'm just, like I said before on the previous podcast, if I'm being one of those douchebag Metallica fans back in the day, was where they cut their hair, and all of a sudden they're they're a piece of shit now. They're not real band no more, and plus the fans said that about Metallica when they made their second record Fade to Black, because it had an acoustic in it, and it was softer and shit. So. I just don't want to be one of those fans, but to be honest, I'll at least I have my guard up with him now because this last comedy special kind of stunk. It actually kind of did stink. It just didn't have that many punchlines. It wasn't as clever. It just seemed like he's been out of the game a little bit, to be honest. Maybe politically influenced a little too much. Maybe he's kind of riding on the whole high of how his gun control bit that he had on his second to last special it's like literally got so many views. So yeah, I don't know. Maybe I don't know. Maybe he's just being too influenced by the writers, and I don't know. But my cousin Taylor just said if I like Louis C.K., of course. Of course I do. Louis C.K. is amazing. He's literally one of the most brilliant comedians that we've had, besides Dave Chappelle. And my personal favorite always will be Patrice O'Neal. You know, people have been following me for the years. You know, I pander towards Patrice, and I love Patrice. He's literally, in my personal opinion, he's genius. And to be honest, the Kevin Hart's, Amy Schumer's, all the super popular Dane Cooks, and all the people that were popular and are popular the last 15 years, they all say Patrice is one of the best. Bill Burr, you know, like Bill Burr is one of his best friends, so yeah, when you got all those people saying all these things about you, I mean, come on. But anyway, about Louis C.K. Louis C.K. is one of the most brilliant comedians ever. Like he can go from saying goofy, douchey stuff that's hilarious, or you can say like really poignant, sophisticated stuff that's just like kind of makes you think. So he's got the full gamut. Not to mention he makes great shows. He had like this weird like play drama comedy thing, Herbert and Pete or something like that, Horace and Pete or something like that. It's on, or it was on Hulu like a year ago. I don't know. And then he had his show Louis and all that stuff. So he's a damn good writer. And plus he was on Conan, and I think something else, SNL maybe, I don't know. But he's done writing before. But yeah, Louis C.K. is brilliant. And the whole like jerk off and Me Too stuff. At least from what I've heard in the past 6-8 months or whatever, he asked all the girls if he can do it, and some of them said yes, some of them said no, and he was like, yeah, I'm a creep, whatever. So I don't know. The punishment doesn't fit the crime, but of course that's what happens when you go with what they call progressive diverse thought, which is actually fascist egocentric political social agenda garbage like third wave feminism is. Third wave feminism is literally one of the worst things that's ever happened to America in the last 30 years. As far as social and economic stuff, I mean, you got like the Enrons and 9/11s and all that stuff like that. I'm not going to say, oh, Hitler and youth and 9/11, they're horrible. No, but it's definitely one of the worst things to happen to the Western world in the last 30 years. It's terrible. How could you be so wrong so consistently, but yet so many people take you seriously? That's why things like victim complex and entitlement and all that stuff comes into play when referring to SJWs and third wave feminists, third wave feminists of the world, It's like you literally, you cannot speak so much hypocrisy without being mocked. It's just, I don't know, it's weird. Louis C.K. is brilliant. It's hilarious. One of my favorite bits of his is the Fagner cunt bit he does, and it's like 2004 special. I forgot the title of it. What the hell is the title? I can't remember, but that was a hilarious bit. Louis C.K. is brilliant. I mean, one of my favorites, definitely. But anyway, that's enough babble for me tonight. I'm going to continue talking to my cousin here. But thank you very much for all one of yous, being my cousin, for listening. Alrighty.